Hello everybody. Over the next couple of weeks, I will give you my thoughts and reviews of movies that I saw during the 46th Chicago International Film Festival, which took place this past October. Now, the Chicago International Film Festival is an annual event that brings indie and international films that we don't normally hear about or even get a chance to see, as well as sneak peeks of big films that are going to be released in theaters nationwide within the next coming months. Examples of movies that have been shown at the annual Chicago International Film Festival have been Slumdog Millionaire, Paranormal Activity was shown last year, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus was a surprise movie last year, and recently this year we've got 127 Hours, which is getting some Oscar buzz, stars James Franco, and also the movie that's coming up this Friday, I believe, The Next 3 Days, starring Russell Crowe, Olivia Wilde, and many other actors. Now, this year I got to see 8 films as well as one set of shorts. Each of those 8 films I'm going to review separately, and I'm going to review it in the order of how I ranked them from lowest to highest. The films that were shown in the short films that I saw, I'm actually going to do that in a text format for you guys to see within the next couple weeks as well, anytime I can fit that in. Well, if you're all ready, let's get started. Now, the first movie I'm going to review in this series of Chicago International Film Festival movies is a Japanese movie directed by Takao Nakano, and the name of the movie is Big Tits Zombie, aka Kyonyu Dragon. After you got over the shock of seeing that is the title of the movie, now we can talk about the movie. What was interesting about this movie, first of all, right off the bat, is the fact that this movie was sold out every night. One of the few movies that had huge sellouts that people would be waiting in line to get cancellation tickets for. Another interesting thing is, if you had a program, you'd be able to read that it was a 3D movie, or it says it's a 3D movie, and that 3D glasses would be provided. So, there's the start of it. Now, what the story is about this girl, Lena, played by the lead actress, Sora Aoi, who joins a small theater, this rundown theater, which is kind of hurting for business. And this theater is no ordinary theater, it's actually kind of a burlesque house. Things really get rough when they can barely get one person to go to the theater. Business is very slow, they're struggling with finances. During one of those slow days, they accidentally find a hidden doorway in the burlesque house that leads to this long dungeon underneath the burlesque house. And they find a lot of antiques there, and also a book of sorcery. Now, the girl that loves to dress up in goth Lolita maid outfit, who's into the supernatural stuff, opens the book and reads this incantation, thinking that she can bring back the dead. Of course, the typical thing, nothing happens, nobody believes it, yada yada. There you go. Sure enough, as you would have guessed it, zombies eventually start to rise from the dead, attacking the world. Now, what makes this very interesting and unique is this movie doesn't take itself seriously. Because there's so many random things going on, there's a lot of stupid things going on. As the plot progresses, it's up to the girls at the burlesque house to save the world, fight these zombies. However, the girl that said the incantation finds out she has the ability to command the zombies, since she was the one who said the incantation, and decides to use the zombies for her own personal gain. So now there's this whole weird struggle. And that's just the gist of it. I'll leave the ending open if you actually decide to wanna try to find it online or buy a DVD if it ever exists uh, to see the movie. Now, so here's some keynotes of the movie. Now, like I said earlier, the movie is supposedly in 3D. Well, first of all, they did not use modern 3D technology. They used the old school 3D technology where the lenses are multicolored lenses. One blue, one red. Sheet 3D glasses. What's unique about it is 3D is not constant throughout the movie. The movie goes in and out of 3D whenever it chooses, and it actually tells you when it goes into 3D. If you look at the top left corner of the screen, it'll show a symbol of the 3D glasses and give you a countdown to give you a chance to put it on and get ready for 3D scene. And then of course, once that symbol disappears, you can take off your glasses. Another thing that was interesting about the 3D, it only worked in certain angles. If you didn't sit at certain angles, especially in the middle, back, or far back, you'd have a hard time actually seeing 3D, and you just have to deal with just multicolored headaches throughout the whole thing. Now, as basic as the storyline goes, and as I said, there's a lot of stupid things going on, this movie is actually reminiscent to the old grindhouse B-movie types back in the day. So it was just there for pure entertainment and fun. There was a lot of gore in the movie. A lot of it looked fake. There was a lot of nudity. There was a lot of stupidity. There was a lot of bad jokes. Jokes that even made fun of itself. Like I said, the movie does not take itself seriously. There's a scene where the girls are trying to defend themselves from the zombies, and they're trying to keep the zombies locked out, and then they see a news report on TV of the zombies attacking other people, and as the reporter and the cameraman dies, one of the girls says, "What the heck is on TV?" And her friend just responds, "Hey, it's one of those stupid zombie movies that always comes up. It's one of those dumb ones where everyone just dies and they try to be funny." And then there are two other friends that are trying to keep the zombies out the door, call for their help. So it's kind of like not so subtle, kind of making fun, saying we're not taking ourselves seriously. The director himself, who was in attendance the night I saw it, is a huge zombie movie fan. And in some ways, this movie, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but also it's kind of something that everybody else in the theater was talking about, it was also kind of his homage to Sam Raimi's Evil Dead movies. Zombie movies, horror, gore, all that stuff, but just not taking itself seriously by any means. The other thing that was interesting about this movie, it was low budget, very low budget. My cousin made a joke. He probably could have taken all his money that he has and given it to the movie crew, and that would have been more money than they actually spent to make the movie that we just saw. It was very low budget. They were using film techniques that were more reminiscent to Japanese TV. So, not high quality cameras. The special effects were just so obviously fake and cheap. And yet they made a lot of money at least at the Chicago International Film Festival. And interestingly enough, it wasn't just guys who went to see it. There was at least half the viewers in the theater were women too, which it's just boggles my mind how it actually sold out. There's a lot of anime references, and there was even some inspirations from Kabuki theater that were used. At least that's what the director said. I don't even know how to really organize what else to say about this movie. This was just wow. I'll be honest, I've gone to the Chicago International Film Festival 2 years in a row now. And there have been movies that were very bad that I've seen that I hated and thought were bad, poorly made, and there are a lot of good movies. And then there are, of course, the popcorn flicks. But after seeing this movie, I did not even expect something like this to make it in the International Film Festival, but it did. It's a head scratcher. But it is what it is. There you go. Now, the fact that they didn't take themselves seriously, and I will admit, it was entertaining and funny at times, especially the stupid moments where just literally you just don't know what to say other than laugh. I'm gonna be very generous to this movie and actually give it a C. If you are into grindhouse type movies or corny Japanese comedy monster movies or whatnot, this film might be for you. So there you go. If you want to go see it, I don't know, you can try looking online to see if there are any clips of it or anything else. The trailer is on the bottom down there, if you want to at least get a little taste of it. And that's all I gotta say about this. So yeah, there you go. Oh, and one more thing. The lead actress, and the director had to mention this too, the lead actress in here is a famous Asian nude indie and porn star. Kind of like, she's like the Japanese Misty Monday or something. I don't know. Okay. Class dismissed.